Okay, back to motivation.
Back to motivation.
Yeah.
Back to motivation. Oh, I was saying like what? Okay, just now you were saying, when deadline is one thing that will motivate you.
Yeah,
Apart from
deadline.
What else that really drives you to do something? Yeah.
What else?
Yeah.
Right now, my motivation is to retire by 35. So I'm working my ass off right now. I am like trying to figure out every sort of like investment, things to do, whatever, like quick money lah, so I can retire early and do whatever I want after. You know? Yeah. So that is my motivation right now.
I mean that is because recently I did a study also, like motivation right comes in different form. So there's one, it's basically like energy like that. So okay, let's take a student A. So this student right, how, like if I ask this student a question, hey, why you want to study, why you want to achieve A's, then they'll be like, hey, because if I achieve this right, my parents will buy me this, my parents will buy me that, or my parents will actually reward system. So the reward system. But to me right, that kind of system, that kind of motivational driven system right, it's very externally. Like you just rely on people to reward you, then to push you, then you go. So let's say if you don't see the reward, then basically your entire energy just died down. It's like a endothermic reaction like that. It's just absorbing energy. Oh, I need this, I need that. Then I will work a little bit. Then that is that type of motivation that doesn't really last long, because once the system stops feeding you with whatever that you want, you're like, nah, I'm not gonna buy. It's okay. I just like it's fine. Yeah, that. Another way is right, when you look at motivation, is motivation that is driven internally, like sun like that. Basically, this kid right, he just radiates out energy, like exothermic reaction. My God, So it's like Zen. I want to work because I want to retire early.
Exactly.
That kind of motivation is like, it's internally driven because I want this to happen to me. So that level of motivation right can really drive you long. So you really have to find your own passion, like find something that will move you, be it you like it or not, then you will continue to do it, you continue to radiate energy. That is quite precious. You really have to find your drive in life.
Exactly.
I mean, some smart student, right, really, like when I ask them why you study so hard, because they just tell me, because I want to achieve this, I want to get into a good school, I want to be a doctor. They really have a goal, you know. Their goal is very clear, you know. It's never like, because do this, then I will get that lah. No. Like it's very, they are a very goal oriented person. Yeah, so I think that kind of mindset is very, very sexy. Yeah, but still have to slowly figure yourself out.
Those kind of motivational things never worked on me. Like all my grandparents, all my parents, right, they say, if you get this many A's, I will give you this much money. Really. But like I've never gotten like the A's for them until IGCSE, where I felt like it's time for me to actually log in, because this is actually a big exam.
Yes, correct.
And I need to score well. I need to go into I need the scholarship. Because like no matter how much money my mother gives me, it's still gonna be my mother paying me to pay for my school fees. So like I'd rather get a scholarship from another institute to pay for my studies than I'd rather let my mother pay for me. So that was one of my motivation as well, to get a scholarship, to score better and get a scholarship. And I scored pretty well, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
She did. I'm proud. Most of my students did well, I would say. I'm proud. Okay, then let's talk about another thing. Like, what about burnout? Like, how do you recover from burnout? Yeah. So I think nowadays our kids always, I always heard the word, like hear the word, chill, I have too many things ongoing. I do not know where to focus on. I have like so many things to juggle, like my sport, then my studies, then my friend, then my relationship. Like kids nowadays dating. So it's basically you just like juggling with many balls. Then if one ball fell, right? So what you gonna do? Are you gonna continue to like do this shit? Or are you gonna pick it up? Then you're gonna risk letting all the ball just drop? I think that is one of the skill set also. So how do you recover from burnout? Yeah.
To me, I think I haven't fully recovered from it yet. From last year, like it was literally the biggest, most like, there were like a lot on my plate lah. Okay, so I had school, then I had work, then my extracurricular activities, which is on the weekends. I had I'm a vice president of a youth committee. Then I'm also if you know what a boys brigade is, it's like a scout
Ah, I
thing,
remember.
yeah,
I
scout
remember.
thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I hold a pretty high rank there lah. And then with all of these 4 combined, right, so many things like just came on to me, and I was like so done.
Overwhelmed, right.
Then I just stopped. I just stopped. So all I did was focus on my studies and my work.
Yeah.
Like even for my church stuff, I also focus on it more. But for the boys brigade thing, I really just stopped lah. I took a break for like 1.5 months. Then yeah, and guilt comes with it as well, because you know you take on all this stuff and then you cannot juggle it, and then you let the person down, then GG lah.
True.
Guilt lah.
Guilt.
Guilt lah. Then one thing also is I cannot say no.
Ah.
That is something that I cannot do. I find it hard to do is I cannot
Say no.
reject someone.
This saying no, right, is a skill set also.
Yeah.
I think saying
I
no
agree.
is a skill set. Sometimes I'm also a very bad person to say no, but it's very important in life.
It's very, very important.
Very important in life to say no. The
Yeah,
more
and
no
like-
you say, right, the more
yeah.
firmer you are, I think you will eventually find your stand. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And right now, I've dropped quite a lot of responsibility, and I'm trying to find my way back again lah.
I see.
Yeah.
I think
Because
come to think
now I
about
got
it,
no more school already ma.
True. Yeah, like Xana, when students reach the burnout stage, right, that is when you have to reprioritize your life. Like what is truly important to you. So maybe your friends, family, or studies, then not so much on your work. You really have to pivot into something. So when you find your pivot, right, then you just redirect your focus, okay, to really put in effort to do just like try to fix things. Yeah, then when you are done fixing things, then you have extra capacity. Then maybe that's when you can explore more. I think to recover from burnout, right, really just some people just defragment everything. Like myself, right, sometimes I wish I can just take one day to declutter.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I
like
just want
declutter.
one day off.
Just one day off to like sit down and declutter my mind. Yeah, because when you are constantly on the go, it's very tiring. You know, you sometimes you just don't know like, hey, what should I be doing next? Like you can't just plan your life, then you can't go on forever. I think one of the way to recover from burnout is really just take a day off.
Take a day off. Yeah, I
really.
think so.
Sometimes rest, it's not showing a sign of weakness. You know, it's like longevity. You have to keep moving.
Yeah,
so sometimes
exactly.
slow down, like take a break.
Yeah, you really need to slow down and learn how to let go lah.
Learn how to let go. I would
And
say that is very important also.
Very, very important. And also, yeah lor, like for me lah, I cannot take really long breaks. I cannot do a 1 week holiday. That one I cannot stay at home the entire day and like not do anything for 7 days a week. Like I cannot.
This is called the overachievement mindset. Like I mean, this is
1
good.
week is like crazy lah. But if I were to take 1 or 2 days off, like I'm totally okay with it. Like I
Okay.
would want the 1 or 2 days off. But for 1 week, it's a bit
too
much.
Too much.
Yeah.
One week is a bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, good lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, what about friendship? Like,
Friendship.
friendship. Usually I hear this a lot. When most of my students come to me, they'll be like, "Chill, my friend, this friend, that friend." I would say friendship, because recently I asked a very interesting question to one of my friends, and not my friend, my student, because they are leaving school already. So I always ask them this question. So please, secretly tell me, who's your best friend? So the surprising thing is, right, they will never share, the friendship, the best friend, that this person, right, okay, it's never the one that they can always chit chat, laugh with, never, you know. So it's always the one that they will spend time with doing something similar, doing a common hobby. For example, I asked this student, right, then this student actually pointed, the best friend is the one that always hang out with him in the gym. They just push each other. Then I asked this girl, right, who's your best friend? Surprisingly, it was never the one that always hee with her, but someone that really sit down and study and spend time doing a common thing. I would say spending time doing a common thing, that is what defines a best friend. Then suddenly it hits me like, hey, you know, friendship really shapes someone because
Exactly.
of the friend, the best friend, right, kept on dragging him into gym. Then now my student got so much stronger.
Yeah.
Then because of this best friend, right, keep dragging her to study with me, suddenly her result improved. So somehow friendship really shape your identity. Really.
Yeah. That's why I'm also very particular with my friends. I will choose my friends on, okay? I am that kind of person. I will choose my friends. So back in IGCSE, I used to not study. Like you ask all my past friends, like I never studied.
Never. I can tell, okay.
Never studied.
Proof here. Witness. She's like, chill, I'm here. Then she'll start telling me about like your school story, friend story. Yeah.
Until like 10 months before I joined I joined but 10 months before IGCSE actually started. I started locking in 10 months, okay, not 1 year, okay, 10 months. So that's when I joined VBEST through my friends. And then because of the VBEST thing, right, we went to 2 classes together. So every time before tuition, we would eat together, we would study together, we would go out together. So all of these friends, they actually really motivated me to come to tuition to study hard and then I feel like my friends, that group of friends, they really push me to be smarter and to be better. And I wouldn't have scored as high if it weren't for them.
I think as educators, like teachers also, it's very important for us to create an environment, right, whereby we welcome people to study. We welcome people to like drag your friends, come spend time here instead of you chilling out somewhere. I'm not so sure.
The chargy
level. Oh my god! You know, the other day I was making fun of my students say, "Hey, I want to study in chargy." So this might sound offensive. Then I'm like, "Oh, only Xiao Mei Mei study in chargy. You want to go there? See, look at all the Xiao Mei Mei." The environment is not for study, right? I would say so that it is quite important. So I always motivate my students, be like, "Hey, come over, please come to the center, just find us. We have a space here for you guys to study, hang out with, bring your friends, study here." That is us. What we can do is create an environment, because after all, right, environment really shapes someone. Like if you create a good environment, then good people will start falling into places. So they will start studying, then they will start talking to each other. That's where I would say good relationship, and that's how it's built upon. That's very important.
Yeah, and also like with my friends, right, you have to choose your friends properly. If you choose a friend that does not study, that goes out and drink every day, of course you're gonna go out and not study and like party every day. So like so you must choose wisely also. For my friends, like they were like the right amount of playfulness, the right amount of studying. Like it was really fun studying with them. I had like so much fun, and like during our free time we would go to VBEST to study like in an extra classroom, or like we would go to the Korean Mart at 160. Oh my god, that was the best place, best time ever, best time of my life.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they would just come in with like some food. Then it's like a picnic like that, you know. They just sit there, they'd be like, sure.
And then we have like stacks of past year papers with us.
Yeah, they just spam.
We just study.
Yeah, it's productive, you know. It's productive.
Exactly. And we help each other while studying, you know, like my group of friends, we are like quite diverse Like we have art students and science students mixed together. So the pretty strong. So like my class, my group of friends, we were like sub-science students. There's half of them was like really, really arts. Half of us was really, really science. So we could help each other with both arts and science subjects.
Okay.
So for my business and econs was my worst grades ever. Like I got B and C. Anyways,
that's not bad. I mean, like, not too bad.
Not too bad. It's not bad because I had those economic and business nerds to help me study.
True. That is why I really find your friend. I mean, like it might sound you come with intention. But that is actually, you know, a smart friend. One thing that I realized, right, I noticed is smart friend, right? They don't mind to help someone else, you know. Actually, you know what makes you smarter is by really after learning, right? You really have to learn to apply it, and when you start teaching people about the concept, right, suddenly all your fundamentals just get strengthened up so much.
My mother used to tell me, when you teach, you learn twice.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
That is something that I agree, like totally. Because I was doing like in gym, right, I was doing like a handstand. So then at first I was like, trying to figure out. But when my friend, after I figured it out, right, then my friend be like, hey, I want to learn. Then when I start teaching them, right, I'm like, oh my god, that's actually how I learn. That even at my age also, I find teaching and learning is basically, I think they work.
They coexist very well.
Yes, coexist really well. So a smart student, right, please just teach your friend. The
Yeah,
moment
just
you
teach your
start
friend,
teaching your
right?
friend,
Yeah.
right, really somehow it'll be like, that's how it works. Oh, that's how where my mistake really is. Because you maybe sometimes you are just you can't really spot your own mistake, But when you started teaching someone else, right, then your mistake just poof, just reappear, resurface.
Yeah.
Then that's when you'll be like, oh, that's how I can improve. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think, and also please choose your friend wisely. And
Yeah,
just now, I
must
think
be
you
very
mentioned a
wise.
very good point. You mentioned like, I mean, your friends are the type of friends that study. Then when they have fun, they have
Yeah,
fun.
they have fun. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
Best type of friends ever.
That is really best because I mean for them they are quite matured at their age. They came to me like when we were what 14, 15.
No, I
15.
was 16.
16.
15
For
and
a
a
16 years old kid, right, it's actually considered quite mature because they know where is the balance point. Okay, and I mean finding a balance is damn important. Like as long as you found a balance, right, things won't tip, It's either you have too much fun or you have no fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, finding a balance is you get to enjoy both. Like both in the best way, like if
Yeah,
I want to
you
have
get
fun,
to-
I can have fun, but not too much. I will still go back to study.
Yeah.
That is very important. Finding balance, Yeah.
This might sound cringe, but you must have fun while you are studying.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's a bit cringe, but
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun is because you guys at your age really you have to enjoy, really enjoy
enjoy your high
stuff.
school life,
yes,
man.
Enjoy your high school life.
Yes.
Yeah, but don't screw it up,
No.
Don't not in
Don't
a
have
way
too
that,
much fun.
Yeah. Not in a way that like
Yeah.
study doesn't matter. Hey, let me tell you this. This is for you. I still have students when they are year 10, year 11, right? They can't even do multiplication table. Like, can you imagine 10 times 12, right?
Oh
They be
my
like,
days.
they just look at me, they just like stare at me, but don't know what to do. Then I'm like, hey, this is like a life skill, guys. Let's say if you go mama or you just go out makan, then you pay them with cash. I mean, like nowadays you guys don't, you just touch and go, right?
Okay, well,
But the thing is, what if people scam you?
Yeah, exactly.
Then you just overpay for like nothing. Please come to me. You want to spam? I just choke. Wow. Really, it's quite, even like subtraction also, they are quite bad at it. I mean, you really have to have at least a bare minimum sense of figures. That is very important. So fun is definitely a must. You must have fun. Then at the same time, all the basic things in life, right? Please, master it.
need to learn how to
Master,
prioritize. Need to how to learn how to balance.
Yeah, really finding a
Yeah,
balance
lor.
and finding really have to master a certain thing. I would say, yeah. Okay. Pausing time. What else?
Wait, I go turn back on the aircon.
It's on. It's off again.
Yeah, I need to like walk a certain part.